A jet of liquid strikes a circular plate and deflects a spring to distance x. If spring constant is k, dia of jet d, area of jet a, so velocity of jet v. So velocity of jet is, okay, so we have to express velocity of jet in terms of k, x, rho and a. So when the jet is striking the plate, it is deflecting the spring. So there is momentum change which is happening and thus force is generated downward. So jet force will deflect the spring. Spring downward. So that is, so jet force is equal to spring force. So spring force is equal to, so k into x. So k is spring constant and x is spring deflection. So jet force is due to momentum change. So jet force is acting downwards. So this is the jet force, momentum change of jet in downward direction. So we have momentum is mass into velocity. So this is the equation. So force into time is equal to mass into velocity. So that is the initial velocity, so minus mass into final velocity. So since this force is acting downward, so velocity will take in downward direction. Okay, so both before the impact and after the impact. So force will be mass divided by time. So initial velocity, we'll call this as v. So initial velocity, that is the velocity of the jet. Okay, so the velocity of the jet is v. So after the impact, so it is going in this direction. Okay, so this direction is perpendicular to initial velocity as well as the velocity in downward direction. So that is the reason. So after the impact, final velocity in vertical direction or downward direction is going to be 0. So mass by time will be mass flow rate. Okay, so we have mass flow rate will be mass by time. So mass flow rate is m star, this is equal to density into volume flow rate. So this will be equal to density into volume flow rate is equal to, so area of the jet into velocity. So this you can substitute in force equation. So that is, so we have mass flow rate into, so v minus 0. V is the initial velocity, 0 is the final velocity in downward direction. So this will be equal to rho into A into V into V. So this force, okay, so this force is due to change in momentum of the jet. Okay, or this is jet force. So this is equal to, so spring force. So we have spring force equal to, so K into X. So this is rho A V into V, or it is rho A, so V square. So V will be equal to, so K, so that is V square will be equal to K into X divided by, so rho into A, or so V will be equal to root of, so K into X divided by, so rho into A. Okay, so most of the time what will happen is, in this problem, so K is going to be specified, so K, then so X is specified, K is specified, so density of the jet is going to be specified, so diameter of the jet is going to be specified, so instead of area of the jet. So then, so we have to what? So find the area using this equation, pi by 4, so d square. Okay, and so velocity of the jet has to be found.